Hello everybody! In Standard today, we are going to be playing an Izzet Vehicles list. I've always wanted to be able to try out vehicles in a list because I just feel like they can create problems for an opponent because of their abilities, and they can be really good at hiding from sweepers and from other creature removal. So I've been really excited to be able to play with the vehicles list. So our big powerful vehicle we are playing is going to be Mechtitan Core. To utilize Mechtitan Core to the best of our abilities, we need a bunch of artifact creatures. So we're going to be including third path Iconoclast, creating a bunch of artifact creatures. We are also using Enthusiastic Mechanaut to make all of our vehicles cheaper. For the vehicles, we're going to be using Unlicensed Hearse, Brute Suit, and Getaway Car. We are also going to be playing with Mobilizer Mech and Mindlink Mech for some added bonuses that they can provide. To get our vehicles onto the field, we're going to be playing Reinforced Ronin, Riveteers Requisitioner, and Patchwork Automaton. So I'm excited to see how this deck plays, as I've been really looking forward to playing vehicles for a really long time. So let's try this deck out and see how well it performs, and make sure to stick around at the end of the games where we're going to talk about the deck and how the deck performed. Alright, sweet, we're going first. Let's try this out. We get to play, we'll play that. And we'll get the Patchwork out right away. So let's throw down another island, and let's just throw down the Patchwork Automaton. We might be giving away what we're going to be going for, but I'm kind of go with it. We can get Invasion of Kaladesh out and the Ronin. Not sure if they're going to be going straight into wanting to protect, wanting to block with the Connoisseur. But we'll see what they end up doing, because we can get the Kaladesh right away. Yep, we get it. We get it right away. That's great. That's awesome. And Ronin's going to come right back to our hand. Number of artifacts we control, that's 2 right now. Well, that's 3 because it counts itself, I think. So we have a 3/4 on turn 3. That's not bad at all. It gains Death Touch. Alright. Everything gets Death Touch? Alright. I'll leave it alone then. We'll go to our turn. Alright. Let's throw the mech out. Let's get the Enthusiastic Mechanaut. And let's do the Titan. And we'll throw down the Ronin. We'll crew with that. Probably should have crewed with the Ronin, but since we're going to lose the Ronin on this turn. But I'll be fine. It'll all be fine. It will be good. It will be good. We've got a lot. The opponent's in really dangerous zone right now. They're in a really dangerous zone. We've got things that can fly. So they need to be gaining life here. Which they should be, because Adeline's going to be able to give them that life. Yeah, I'd probably be gaining life here if I was the opponent. Yeah, gain the life. Okay. Pass. Okay. I would imagine treasure. We'll crew with that. Block that one. No reason why we should take extra there. Another invasion. Okay, let's see if we can win this game. Let's throw down another invasion. We'll get the Ronin out, which should get the Automaton bigger. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna crew that. Can we, so that's 9-10, we're just short. Let's just go all in. We're gonna go all in. We're gonna go all in on this one. Make them make a decision. We're gonna be down 1, so Gala Greeters saves them. Okay, we'll pass. We should be able to survive this turn. Maybe. We'll have to see. Hopefully. We're hoping. All we have to do is survive this turn and we should be good. Yeah, everything gains Death Touch. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 12. Alright, so we're blocking. I didn't crew. Oh, well. We will block our big. Yeah. And that should be game. Yep, that should be game. I just want to be able to put the Ronin in so that we can flip our Kaladesh artifact creature out onto the field there. Doing work. Flyers and artifact creatures doing work. All right. This is a good hand. I'm a big fan of this hand. So let's get this hand going. Swamp. Okay. Let's go with the Stormcarved Coast. We're gonna get the Iconoclast out first. Then we'll play on this turn. Then we're gonna get the Mechanaut out, and then we're gonna get going. So that's gonna be the mountain. So Iconoclast this turn, and then we'll go Mechanaut, and then either the mech or the... It's probably going to be the Titan Core. It is probably going to be the Titan Core. Okay, so it's a zombie. Okay. Mech Hangar, so we'll go with the Mechanaut. And... I don't know. Let's go with the Titan. Let's go with the Titan. Probably Probably should have gone with the Mobilizer Mech, but doesn't matter too much. We do have our 5 land for the Titan Core. We just need to be drawing into more of our vehicles so that we can really get the Iconoclast going. So it's a Demir Zombies, it's looking like. Yeah, that's a pretty good enchantment for them, I would take. That's yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, cool. We got, let's go with another mech. Let's get the mobilizer out. And then let's do the Mindlink. And then we're 1 turn away from just blasting with the Mechtitan. So that's not blocking, so we'll just hit him in. So we need 4 other artifact creatures. Okay. So we're 1 artifact creature away. Champion of the Perished. That's not bad. That is pretty dang good. That is pretty dang good. Yeah, that's a good turn. That's a really good turn. Yeah, really good turn. Yes. I'm just gonna show you what my power can do. We'll go there. Okay. Eaten alive. I'll take that. Alright. Our turn. Mechtitan Core. Okay. I think we're 1 turn away from ultimately doing the deed there. Okay. Let's do it. While we still have the chance, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, we'll hit him for the 7. And then Mechtitan Core should be coming in on this next turn. Falcon Abomination, yes, we're gonna... This Necro Duality is a really good card. It's a really good card for them. Because those Champions of the Parish get really big really quickly. And we just have a 10-10. We just take 8? Can we just take 8? Let's just take 8. Yeah, our turn. Okay. Let's get rid of those. Still that 1 mana short. We going all in here? Let's go all in. do that one. Oh, we went all in and we're gonna lose. But that is the name of the game on that one. Can't really do much about it. Couldn't really do much about it. Their champions were gonna get way too big, way too quickly. But we were able to do the Mechtitan Core, and that's fun. This Necro Duality card is really good for them. That was really good. And then Champion of the Perished. That was really good by the opponent. So, really big fan of what they got. That was really cool. It's really cool what they were able to do. There is a slight chance that we still win, because I did forget about the whole us gaining a ton of life there. There is still that chance. But we're probably going to have to lose our Mechtitan Core to do it. Eaten alive? Yeah. Good game. Yeah, that was the only way that we were going to be able to survive, was that lifelink. But yeah, that Necro Duality was really good for them. It's a zombies deck that did really well. Yeah, it was a really good deck by them. Just a couple turns short of winning that one for us. Just a couple turns short. Maybe attacking in a little earlier or whatever, and we win it. So there's a bunch of different plays that we could have done to win that game. Well, opponent's going to be going first in this one. Big fan of what we did last game. Super big fan of what we did last game. Vehicles are just really difficult sometimes for the opponent to be able to handle. We'll go Island. I think we go with the Mechanaut. Yeah, we'll go with the Mechanaut. We should be able to get basically a good chunk of our stuff that we want out onto the field. Good chunk, good chunk. So we could go, that's what's nice about the Getaway Car with the Riveteers. Let's see, they hovered over the Mechanaut. See if they choose to do anything with that. So I think we go Patchwork and we go Getaway Car, and then we can play the Riveteers and the Hearse on the next turn. Okay, so we go Theater, so that's not what we necessarily want. So we'll go Automaton and then Getaway Car. And we will go ahead and attack in. Pass the turn off, so we can go Riveteers and the Hearse. So they choose to gain the life. Okay. See what the opponent does here. I'm very curious to see what the opponent is doing with this deck. They choose to do nothing. So they've got some sort of control going on. I am curious to see what they do. So we could go Theater here, depending on what we draw. No, yeah, okay, we're going to go Mountain. It's hard to pass up on. So we'll go Riveteers first. Okay, so they got nothing. So Automaton. Oh, they got something. I guess these aren't necessarily... It's a creature, though. They've got something. Something with instant speed. So we'll crew that. And then we'll go hearse to get the little extra from the automaton. Attack in. Riveteers is gone, so we can't use it. But that is alright. We are alright with everything going on here. We've got 8 power on the board. We've got the Getaway Car. We've got the hearse ready to go. Opponent elects to do nothing. Again, they only have 1 white, so I don't see a Wandering Emperor play. We have Ward 2. Grab those 2. Exile them out. Put them underneath. And we'll go to our turn. Reinforced Ronin. Okay. Should work just fine. Waiting for the opponent to do what they do with their instant speed. Ronin's not going to be attacking in. So we'll go crew with you. And we'll go all in. What's the opponent got with their instant speed? I'm sure it's a kill spell. Just waiting to see what they end up doing with the kill spell. Next to blockers because the Ronin's not coming in. C double. Okay. That's probably going to get rid of the Mechanaut, but that's going to be fine. It will be fine. They're going to use a C double, and that'll be fine. Opponent will lose their board there, so we'll go with the theater. Go grab an island. And we're going to wait on that. We'll end. I'm going to wait to do the hearse until our next turn. So they go storefront as well. I say as well. It's just another one of those evolving wild type cards. Kind of like what we just barely played. Sorry, this game is taking a little bit longer. Opponent's playing a little bit more of a control-y type thing. But I think we've got this kind of handled. I wouldn't say it's 100% handled because opponent could have anything here and just wipe us out. These automatons do have Ward 2, so it does make things more difficult for the opponent. Okay, I have no counters. It has no counters. It has no counters. Oh man, opponent. That's a bit of a blunder there by the opponent. Win on the control. Win on control. It's tough for control to be able to just wipe us out because all we have are a whole bunch of vehicles. Love that. All right, so welcome back, everybody. After those 3 games that we played today, I mean, I had fun playing this deck. I will say I had fun. I don't think that this deck is perfectly great in where it is. I think we really went heavy in the vehicles, which is the whole point of the deck for me in this one. I really wanted to be able to play with vehicles, and I played with vehicles. Probably we went a little too much into vehicles. There's a couple vehicles that we could probably live without, and we could use some removal or something else or a counter or something, because we've got the Izzet colors, we got the islands in the mountains, we've got plenty of options available to us if we really needed to. Probably don't need the Getaway Car. We don't really have the cards that are like absolutely killer of entering and leaving the battlefield in this deck. So the Getaway Car is probably one of those that you could probably ship off. Unlicensed Hearse could also be one of those. On ladder, you're just not getting a lot of graveyard going stuff. There was that one game. I did have one game that we didn't end up showing because that game was way too long. It was about a 22-minute game against Lesney Enchantments, where I was able to get the Unlicensed Hearse to 14-14. But that's about the only deck that I was really able to do anything with the Unlicensed Hearse. So those are probably some of those cards that you could probably ship off for some sort of removal or a counter spell or whatever, unless you use better cards that are able to do stuff when they enter and leave the battlefield. So I think this deck has something going for it. The first few games that we played were really tough. So the first game and the third game, those were really tough for the opponent to be able to face off. So I think that there is something to it. But there are some vehicles that are better than others, and we just got to find which vehicles are the best ones. So let's talk about the deck and why the cards are here and why I chose them. So Reinforced Ronin, have this in there for the 1-drop. It's one of those where I'm just trying to really just beat down on an opponent early before we start getting our vehicles out. Once we get the vehicles out, we can crew it pretty quickly, and then it comes back to our hand. So it's just a constant crewer, which is what I like about this one. Plus we can draw a card if we really need it. So I've got Mobilizer Mech in here. I know the Crew 3 is really expensive, especially for a deck where we're playing a whole bunch of 2-drops. But really playing this because it has flying, and we get a free mobilization, a free crew of the vehicle, and that can be really strong when we need it. So I do like the idea of the Mobilizer Mech. It's one of the cards that I saw and was like, yeah, I want to play with this. Well, I want to play with vehicles in Izzet colors, because of this card. And then we've got Riveteers Requisitioner. We got this in just for crewing. It's our 3-power crewer for the Mobilizer Mech. I was looking for something that's cheap and had 3 power and had something that we could use. So Riveteers Requisitioner was the one that we ended up going with on this one. So that's why Riveteers Requisitioner is in there for the crew of 3. So Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Obviously, if you're playing vehicles and we've got a whole bunch of artifacts, we've got to be playing Enthusiastic Mechanaut. It's just making things cheaper. It's a flyer, 2/2 for 2 mana, so it does really well. It's one of those you just feel like you just kind of have to have it. Invasion of Kaladesh. I did really enjoy playing with this card. In the wins that we had in that first game, this card is just really strong. It comes out, you get the battle out, and it creates its crewer. So if you can get it quickly, if you can hit it for 4 really quickly, we can have that on the field, and this deck has a bunch of vehicles and a whole bunch of artifacts. So this is a really strong card, and it flies. It makes it really tough for the opponent to do anything once it gets going, unless they have a flyer or spot removal. Really good card. Absolutely love it. For an uncommon, I do love that. And then we've got Third Path Iconoclast. We're playing a whole bunch of non-creature spells in this deck. Why not have it? We are creating soldier artifact creature tokens for the Mechtitan Core's ability of exiling the Mechtitan Core 4 other artifact creatures with the 5 mana, and we get a 10/10 artifact creature that has flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. It's a great working combination. Absolutely, if you're playing vehicles, I feel, or playing the vehicles in this one, Third Path Iconoclast, it's got to be one of those that's got to be in there. And then Mechtitan Core, just talked about it. It's a 10/10, does its thing. Crew for 2, 2/4. That's pretty dang strong. Patchwork Automaton can get really big really quickly. We've got a whole bunch of artifact spells in our deck. It can get +1/+1 and just power to the moon for ward 2. It's a very strong card. Unlicensed Hearse was in here. I wanted to be able to just like chip away at an opponent's graveyard. We could also chip away at ours and just make it bigger. It crews for 2. So it's one of those cards that I put in there so that we are able to just take away any things that are good that the opponent's trying to do with the graveyard. So that's why the hearse is in here. We've got Mindlink Mech. I like this one. 4/3 flyer. If we had some other cards that were just better at crewing it, that had crew abilities or anything else like that, or any sort of ability, Mindlink Mech might be a really good choice, especially with the crew 1. If there's some sort of ability that the card has, Mindlink Mech can work really well because it becomes that creature and it's flying. So I do like Mindlink Mech. And then I included Brute Suit because I was just looking for other vehicles because I wanted to get a whole bunch of vehicles in the deck. And I put Brute Suit in because it's a 4/3, crews for 1, it has vigilance. It's one of those that I just kind of like, it's one of those later cards that got thrown in there at the end. So this is one that you could probably throw out if you really wanted to. But vigilance for 4/3, I thought that was pretty good with a crew for 1. I think that's pretty good. And then last of all, we've got Getaway Car. Getaway Car can be really good, but we don't have, like we've stated at the beginning, we don't have those cards that can be able to enter and leave effects that are really strong for the Getaway Car. It's a 4/3 for crew 1, which is really strong. It's also got haste, but we return the card to our hand and we just need a little bit more from Getaway Car in this deck. So that's the deck. I appreciate you, everybody that is sticking around all the way to the end. Thank you so much for sticking around, and until next time.
I went for that.